I'm Scott Allen Miller. This is Sheep Guarding Llama. It is the 14th of December, Saturday, 2019. And today, as is many Saturdays, is my day to relax. My only day to relax. I had to work all week, and I have to work tomorrow. Active Directory migration. And so today, which of course is being recorded tomorrow, is my chill day. So pretty much didn't really leave the house at all today. Did just run some errands this evening, but in general, it was a pretty relaxed day. I did a little bit of work. I was in the office a little bit, but not too much. A whole bunch of the day was spent just hanging out with Dominica in the living room. We watched cheesy Christmas movies on like Netflix or whatever. And that was okay. We watched one about and it had all the stars from Sister Sister, in a Lifetime original movie from I think last year or the year before. They get it in Alaska. You know, it was okay. It was cheesy. We watched a couple others. I can't even remember. They're so just all blend together. You can't remember them at all. It's like you didn't even watch anything. It might as well be a sitcom. Single episode, except it's an hour and a half Lifetime movie. I don't know. Anyway, so we did that a bit and got to hang out. And Dominica did loads of cooking today. It is massive cooking day. I'm not sure why we need so many cookies because none of us should be eating them. But she made a lot of really good ones. She made butterballs with walnuts, and she made thumbprints, and she made those two are probably my favorite. She made chocolate chips. She made some cherry things with glaze. I don't really like those. They're too dry. I can't do it. Maybe if they had like tons of cherry in them or something. But to me, they're not quite sweet enough. They're kind of like a little piece of just bread with cherry flavoring. Doesn't do it for me. Anyway, but so we have loads of cookies. And just very little did we do today. Now, my big thing was about middle of the afternoon. Luciana came and got me, and this is about the time Dominica started doing her cooking, and said she wanted to play Dragon Age, which she has not played yet. So I moved into the girls' room. I set up in the chair in there, and I spent a few hours with Luciana as she played Dragon Age Origins, which is super awesome and fun. So if you follow my videos, you know that Liesel started about a week ago. She's playing Origin as well. That got Luciana interested. It's just such a good game and so much story. And because it's not a full action RPG, but it's actually a paused action RPG, it's a lot easier for the girls to handle. So I think once they get into it a few hours, they'll find it easier than Skyrim. But just teaching Chana to not like mash the keys, because it's like, this is not an action game. It's just pause it, tell it what you want it to do, and let it do its thing. But so now Dominica played it long ago and played 3 different characters. She played a human noble, a dwarf noble, and a dwarf whatever the other one is. And then I played the city elf, which is the slave elf. And Liesel played the elf magi, and there's really only one magi path, and you can play it as an elf, you can play it as a human. It's the only one that's multi-racial. And so between us, that was 5 of the 6 stories. Luciana, kind of on her own, actually picked the Dalish elf, which means it's the 6th story. Now, I did make sure that's what she picked, but that's what she was picking, an elf, and was down to the Dalish or the city and hadn't made that choice yet. And I said, we gotta play the Dalish because we've seen all the others. And she's like, oh, sure. And so she's playing the Dalish elf. So now I've gotten to see all 6 complete stories of Dragon Age Origins, which is really cool. Getting as much out of the game as possible. I think very few people, probably around 1% or less of people who get Dragon Age Origins ever play it enough to see all 6 stories. Probably only 50% ever see more than one. It's not, people don't tend to replay. Okay, so the dog, I gotta turn this around. The dog just took a board completely off of the fence. She ripped an entire fence board down just now and pulled it into the yard so she could eat it. She is a maniac. That was in real time. You saw it here first, folks. Our fence needs another board. So Dragon Age, it was really good. Luciana did really well. She enjoyed it. She got all the way through the Dalish content, which is why I can say that I've now seen all 6 of them. And she's now just about ready to start the shared Grey Warden stuff that happens later on. So she's getting into the main game now. That's where she decided to break for the day. But so that was a couple hours I got to set up in there and watch and play that with her, and that was a lot of really good family time. That was really nice. And Liesel came in for a lot of that and watched as well. So because she loves the game and interested in the differences and that stuff. So we had a really nice time. By the time we were looking at getting back to movies, Dominica needed me to run out and get plastic containers to put cookies in. She sent me down to Winco. They had absolutely nothing that she had said she was looking for, so I spent a good amount of time wandering around. My phone died, which made it so much harder, and I was unable to locate what she needed. So I got a few kind of things, but not... It was going to be like $80 by the time I got all the stuff that she said she wanted in the way that they had it, so we weren't going to do that. Then I ran over to a new place, El Arepas, which is on Trinity Mills at Midway. It replaced a Jamaican place that used to be down there. And it really does remind me of the Venezuelan place that we found in Nicaragua a few weeks ago in Granada. And, I mean, it definitely is a Texas place still. It feels more like Texas, but very polished menus, very similar stuff. They don't have some of the things that I was hoping for, taqueños or whatever, but they have real arepas, which I got, and they have real empanadas, which I got, and a few other things, and I brought those home. And so my empanada that I decided to try was a fish empanada. I've never had a fish empanada. That was really good. I really like that. I will be getting that again. Arepas, I'm not an arepas person. The thing about arepas is that they are like a thick corn pancake, I think. I think that's what defines them. And then you like cut them open and you fill them with something. And so I don't like pancakes in general. They have to be super light for me to enjoy them in any way. And the arepas are not just not light, they're incredibly heavy, and they're not sweet, of course, because they're for dinner. And so if you don't like pancakes kind of things in the first place, arepas are just way too much bread for whatever it's so much pancake. And then the one that I got last night was filled with cheese and black beans, loaded with black beans. The filling was really good. It's just I don't like arepas, and it's not, the place was good. It's just I don't like arepas. So Dominica ended up eating quite a bit of it, more than she should. She kind of felt sick after she ate so much of it, but she really liked it. So that's a big win that that they have empanadas that I really like and arepas that she really likes. And she can eat, and they don't have any ingredients she can't have. So that's excellent. So we will be going back there again. But it was funny. They don't speak English there. It's just like going to a Venezuelan place in Nicaragua. You got to order in Spanish. You have to be able to read the menu. They had one girl who could speak English. They went and grabbed her. But all right. Yeah. I don't know what she has heard or feels she has seen, but she thinks there's some activity going on in the neighborhood that demands that the perimeter be patrolled at full speed, and something's going on out there. So so I had that. It was she really liked that, and then. That was pretty much the evening. I had to do a bit of work for Vetastic tonight, so that kept me busy for a couple hours. The girls played video games with their cousins almost all evening, so we never really saw them. Liesel and I had thought about watching a movie. We have to finish up Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom from last night, but we didn't get to it just because it was so late by the time they got done with other things. I tried to finish watching The Saint, which I started like a month ago, and only made it like another 20 minutes. So I'm like halfway through the movie after trying it like 3 separate times. It's almost a lost cause. But I haven't seen the movie in so long, and it's such a good movie. I want to finish it. It's not happening. And so that is really the Saturday. That's the whole thing. Very little happened. We didn't really go anywhere. We didn't do anything, just chilled, but excited that Luciana's into the video game, and I'm super excited because after Christmas I plan on starting Dragon Age 3 Inquisition, which I've never played. Dominica's played at least a few hours of it. She sometimes thinks she's played a lot of it, but I think she's played like 6 hours in like a 90-hour game or something. But after Christmas, I'm going to be able to hook it up, put it on full full rendering with everything turned all the way up, and have just this absolutely gorgeous game, which I've never played. I've played, so much of Dragon Age 1 and so much of Dragon Age 2 that it's really a bummer that I've not had a chance to play 3 yet. I'm looking forward to that. It's like at the very, very top of my video games I want to play list. So that's where we are, and I'm going to be working really hard on getting the videos caught back up now that the weather is nice and I'm able to get out and I have some quiet time to actually do the videos. So I will talk to everyone tomorrow.